All right, so let's pick up now from one of our top stories that we are tracking for you this afternoon. From midnight, road users will no longer be charged for using Gauteng roads. E-tolls will be officially scrapped. Let's now continue our conversation then. Let's get more reaction on this. We're now joined by the Deputy General Secretary of the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union, Anele. Kit Anele, hope you can hear me this time. Thank you so much and welcome to the show. So let's get your reaction then on this announcement by the Transport Minister earlier this morning. Of course, this announcement has come following years of a public outcry against e-tolls.
Thank you very much for having us. It is a victory for Gauteng road users to get the announcement that the minister announced earlier today. We've been calling for the scrapping of e-tolls as a South African Transport and Allied Workers Union because we understand the challenges faced by our people, unemployment, lower salaries, and also now they have to pay for e-tolls. So yes, indeed, it is a victory for road users and it is a victory for all South Africans.
I mean, has there been consultation with bodies like yourselves by the department or the Ministry of Transport insofar as, just looking at those that have been employed during this process? So insofar as job losses following this announcement?
At this point, there was no consultation with the unions, but however, we have engaged the employer of these employees, making sure that there is job security for those workers that will be affected by this decision. At this point, there's no threat. We haven't got any information that there will be retrenchment. So as a union, we're happy at this point.
How would you characterize this process? I mean, it has been 10 years in the making. How would you then just define government's role and involvement in this? One of course, the burning issues is that there was little to no consultation from government.
Yeah, it has been a difficult journey for our government and of course unions, workers that are involved in this process. You will understand that a lot of money has been used to make sure that this infrastructure is in place. But of course, it also a signal to our government that if you don't consult properly, things will fall apart the way this journey of e-tolls has taken. So the rejection from the public and road users, it's a clear sign that there was no proper consultation with people. They decided to install these e-tolls without proper consultation. However, we are happy where we are seated as a union that finally they've yielded to our call.
You bring the issue of costs, to the fore. I mean, the minister says SANRAL will be able to borrow from Treasury going forward just to make up for the revenue generated from e-tolls for road infrastructure. Now, of course, this brings, to question a number of issues, including who will then be paying the cost. I mean, we know that Gauteng, for instance, agreed to pay over 12 billion rands of SANRAL's debt to national government.
Our interest as a trade union is job security of the workers. We will continue to consult with SANRAL and the service provider to make sure that jobs are safe. As to who will be funding, of course, that information will have to come because at the end of the day, these workers are also taxpayers. So it will be suicidal for us not to have an interest on that. But our primary interest at this point in time is to make sure that we save jobs.
No, absolutely. Let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time on the program, Anele. That's a Deputy General Secretary of the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union, Anele Kit there.